What's up, YouTube? So, if you're watching this video and you watched the last video that I just posted, these are made in the same night. They're going to be posted at the same time. Whatever one uploads first and then second, which this will be second, obviously. But if you watch that video, these are made the same day. If you didn't watch that video, I don't expect you to. It's long. It's the backstory on this car. I want to kind of keep that to hour-long video of the history of the car. This is going to be a 5 to 10 minute video of the progress I made on it today and tonight. So if you're watching this, or if you're new and want to go back and check the other videos out to see what happened and how I got here, feel free to do so. Please click the subscribe button because we're trying to make a race, No Name Nationals, and you need 500 subscribers, so I'm trying to get there. So if you don't mind hitting that button, it's greatly appreciated. If you have to, if I'm a bother to you with posting videos, I don't like notifications myself, so you can mute the notification when I post a video and just come to my page when you feel like it and check me out. But tonight we got motor mounts done, which you're not going to be able to see, but they're bolted up to the K-frame now, the K-member, because they weren't bolted in before. I actually did those last. The reason I did those last is because I had to put the trans up first, because when you put the trans up with the motor mounts tight, for one, your motor mounts might not get 110% tight, and it's hard on the threads, so it's going to want to pull the threads on the motor mount. That's one. Two, if I have to move the trans over, you can do it by picking the motor up and swinging it. Pick one side up, it'll move the trans over slightly. I got lucky on this one. It was actually pretty straight. I just had to shove a screwdriver in the transmission mount. See if I can find my flashlight, because I'm going to show you what I did under the car. It's right here in front of my face. I'd rather use a flashlight than the phone. I got the cross mount in. The trans mount is bolted to the cross mount, and that is a polyurethane transmission mount. Solid motor mounts on this. Never use a solid trans mount. It's got to have some type of give, and the transmission case usually likes to crack when things twist up, driving. So always use a softer mount. I also got the drive shaft in it. Aluminum drive shaft. So that's in it. Just a couple little more things done. That stuff's not hard to do, but crawling on your back, laying under a car, it sucks. Nobody wants to do it. If I had a lift, it wouldn't even be that big of a deal, but put this phone down here. So that's done now. One last thing I got to do. Got to do the clutch cable still, which, sorry guys. Might try to get a new one. This one's pretty beat up. But you can see the sheathing is ripped. And usually when they start to get this wrinkle in them, might be able to see it better there. This wrinkle like that. It's usually time to get another cable. This one still works. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably get the car done with this one. Get another one that's adjustable. Keep it as a backup. And if I got to change it, they don't take long to do. Probably take me on the long side of things with jacking the car and everything up 15 minutes, maybe. So that's pretty much the progress on the car for tonight, or today. I actually had to pull that cross mount out of my dad's car. I have another one that I could put in his car, which isn't that big of a deal, for when we're ready for it. So don't worry, Dad. I got you. I had to pull the cross mount out. I had to pull the clutch cable out of his car. I think that was it. But I had to move stuff around outside today and things. So this is what I wanted to get done. It's a pretty big thing I wanted to do was get pretty much the bottom of the car buttoned up. Motor's where I need it. I also put 2 bell housing bolts up top, hooked the ground wire up. It's like little stuff that, stupid, but it is progress done on the car. That one ground is a chassis ground. It has nothing to do with the MS3 Pro. It might not even really honestly need it with the EFI because it has its own grounds. But I like that motor grounded. It's better to have more grounds than not enough. If I get in this thing and go to start it and for some reason it don't start because of a ground issue, and I had a ground off that goes to the bell right there, that's that easy to put on, and I gotta end up pulling a bell housing bolt back out, might as well just get it done the first time and have it. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So still a lot to do. I still gotta go over the front suspension. I got strut spacers that gotta go in because it says 9010s on it now, and they're actually Carlos Sobrino's old struts. So I got the strut spacers that need to go in because these are V8 spindles, if I remember right on this. So they're thin and don't fit. Yeah, I think they're V8 spindles on this. I changed all this stuff. It's been a long time since I messed with this, but if they were the 4-cylinder spindles, they would fit. V8 ones don't. You need the spacers. So there's that. What I'm talking about are these are actually drop spindles, but you can see these struts fit tight. The Lakewoods will actually get a shim that drops in there. I think it's 2 per side. Let's look at the package. Got it sitting right here, so pretty sure it's 2 per side. Yep. That's all they are. So they got to come back apart. Got to do that. I got to put this... Where is it? There's a strut top that has to go on. I thought it was on the cowl. It is. It's right here. Hiding behind a box. So I got to put that on the strut. I got to check the rear gear oil. Front seal might be leaking. So I'll clean it up and put gear oil in it and see how bad that leak is. If it's just like a real slow leak from the car sitting for as long as it did, then I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get worse. But if it's just running out, then I'll pull the drive shaft back out and I'll fix that right and put a different crush collar and stuff in it. Actually probably change it to a solid crush collar. But so yeah, suspension has to be going over. The gear oil has to be checked. Needs trans fluid in it. Shifter, center console has to be put back in it. The wiring still needs to be done on the car. The intake, probably going to let my dad take that and clean it all up, make it nice so it works instead of being out of the box Chinese crap. Fuel system needs to be done. I would honestly like to do that before he takes the intake, so that way that's ready to go, and then all I have to do is wire stuff up, and when I get the intake back, I put it on, put everything together, and hopefully get this thing where it starts and runs, and then finish it from there alternator, radiator. I like getting the stuff running first, making sure it's worth my time to finish it. It's just how I've always done it. So that's where I'm at with that. It's how I'll always do it. Fuel system, coolant system, wiring, suspension, and then it's doors and body panels. I feel like I'm forgetting some things, but, you know, making sure the brakes, wheels, once over of the whole car after it's together, you know, just checking everything, whether it be eyeballing it or taking wrenches to it and making sure everything's tight and good. You know, like I said, I gotta make wires for it, mounts and things. I gotta take some stuff up, finish this charge pipe up, which really to run, it doesn't need that finished up. But it's a long way from being done, but it's also, it's getting closer. So we're making good progress on it. I feel like I'm getting a decent amount done on this. And then might try to bang this out and then jump back on the 55. I really don't want to leave the 55 hanging because I have stuff to actually do it. But try not to wear myself out by doing too much. So I'll probably jump back and forth once I get to a standstill on this, which I'm hoping I don't, because so far things have been going pretty smooth and there's always something to do. But once I hit a standstill, then I'll probably go to 55 and do things on that. So if you guys are wanting to see that stuff, you will. I don't plan on the car going anywhere. I might get disgusted sometimes and want to get rid of it. But honestly, every time I look at it, I can't bring myself to wanting to get rid of it. Like, I see the car and it's just that one old car that I really want. Sorry if this phone's dropping down and giving me a crappy angle. But I am beat. I'm tired. Did a lot today. Just filling holes out in the yard and things like that. Playing with my son. Cleaning up my basement because that got flooded. So that's pretty much it. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all you guys. You know, I got a couple new guys that subscribed. Thank you. And thank you for the ones who subscribed however long ago you did and sticking around and watching. And I appreciate it. And it means a lot that you guys watch little old me work on this crap. So thank you for being interested. Thank you guys for the comments. Sometimes I don't always respond. I try to respond, but if I don't, it's nothing against you. One thing I do want to touch on, there was a problem where a couple people have actually commented, my dad being one of them. Another guy, Ed, who watches us, he commented, I guess it never went through. I will never delete a comment unless it's straight harassment. Even negative comments, I mean, it would have to be a really harassing comment, like family related, like bad, like a really bad comment for me to get rid of it. But I will never, even the derogatory stuff, if you guys don't agree with me, and you can go back on other videos and see where I haven't, I usually just either ignore them or I might respond. And, you know, if you're going to treat me with disrespect, I might be disrespectful back. But I'll never get rid of a comment, especially if it's a compliment. So if you guys are commenting and it's been taken down, it wasn't me. I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate you guys commenting. I'm sorry that that's happening. And hopefully it doesn't happen in the future. I don't know why it's happening. But I'm still filthy. But I do appreciate all you guys, especially the guys that are subscribing and liking my stuff, commenting. So if you guys, I got to make some more videos for you guys because you guys like seeing some of the tech stuff. And if you guys have an idea for tech stuff, put it in the comments. I have a list wrote. And I actually will add what you guys recommend to that list. If you guys want to see something or have a question, even if I don't know it, I'll still make a video on it and give you my opinion. Some of you guys ask stuff in the comments with your personal cars, and I try to touch base with you guys and give you my 2 cents. So, but if you guys want a particular video, comment it. I mean, you see what I'm doing with this stuff here. I've given you some of my backstory and history. I get more and more involved with my cars as I get older and older. Before I started with stuff like this, and now I got stuff like that. So, trying to do stuff right as I get older. And back in the day, when I was younger, I'm going to be 32. But when I was 19, 20, I did with what I used to take old wire harnesses out of cars, cut them, and wire wires together. Twisty tie, knot it, tape it. And that's what that car right there, that black one, that's what that car was. So now you see what I'm doing with this stuff. And that's why people got mad with this car, because it was like that. You could look in the car, you could see some of the wiring, you could see boards pounded in the springs if you looked under it. And that car put in work, it went fast. So, if I can help you guys, I'll help yous. And like I said, you guys want to see content, something in particular, ask about it. Or say, hey, make a video on this, Adam, and I'll do it. And then, if I don't know about it, I'll even still make the video for you guys, and I'll be like, look, I don't know, but here's my opinion. Or if I don't know about it that much to the point where I just clearly don't know, because I don't know everything, I will almost everything, but not everything, But I'll respond to you, and I'll say, hey, man, look, I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe here's a guy that does. So there's a lot of guys on YouTube who know stuff that I don't, and there's probably some stuff I know. At least I'd like to think I know some stuff that people on YouTube don't. So, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you. And I'll keep this stuff trucking along and coming for you guys. So I got to buy more parts. Need a fuel filter. I got one key ingredient on its way. Give you a little secret if you stayed around for the 18 to 20 minutes. But there's one part on its way that I need. And then I got to get fuel filters. I got to get the cam sync. I got to get plug wires so I can make them. And might make some coil mounts that bolt to the valve cover. So I gotta kind of design it and make it and see how I like it, if I'm going to do it or not, and see how much is actually involved in doing it. There are a couple ways in my mind that I want to do it. See the gears turning? I look on my face. It's me thinking. Coming up with different ways that I can do one thing. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. That's what they say, right? But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later.